Hello everyone. Today I want to show you how to mold and cast a replica shark tooth using Clear 12 platinum silicone. This is a clear silicone rubber that has a very low viscosity and allows you to make easy cut block molds because of the clarity that the silicone has. The first thing we need to do is prep the model with the vent and pour spout. To do this, we're using Sculptex medium clay, which is an oil-based clay. You want to stay away from any clay with sulfur in it because it will cause the silicone rubber to not cure when you're making your mold. And press the clay firmly into the baseboard in order to keep its place and prevent it from floating in our silicone as it's poured. So now I am assembling a mold box using hot melt glue and plexiglass. You don't have to use plexiglass. You can use almost anything to contain the liquid silicone. I have pre-cut plexiglass to the dimensions that I need, keeping in mind we want to leave at least ½ an inch between the model and the mold box walls on all sides. Now we are ready to pour our mold. The first thing we want to do is pre-mix both the part A and part B of the Clear. This is an important step because over time the materials can settle out and separate. Clear 12 has a mix ratio of 1A to 1B by volume. So for this application, we're going to use the entire trial kit. Now we're going to combine the A and B in a mixing container. Clear 12 has a working time or pot life of 40 minutes at room temperature. So you have plenty of time to mix and pour this material. Be sure to scrape the sides and the bottom of the measuring container to ensure all of the material is transferred to the mixing container. Material can cling to the sides and the bottom and not mix thoroughly in, causing unmixed material to be transferred to your mold. To help ensure a proper mix, I am transferring the material to a new clean mixing container. I am then using a new clean mixing stick to mix the material again. Now, once the material is fully mixed, we are ready to pour our silicone. I'm going to use a technique called needling. What this is pouring the material in a very thin stream. If there are any air pockets present in the material, they will stretch and break as the material is poured over the edge of your pour container. This is a great way to prevent bubbles in your material. We're going to pour in one spot and allow the material to rise up and over our model. Now we're going to allow our silicones to fully cure at room temperature for 12 hours. Okay, 12 hours has passed and our silicone is fully cured. We're going to remove the mold walls so that we can cut our model out of the silicone. Using a fresh razor knife, I am cutting the mold in a S shape. This shape helps the silicone register back together when we're ready to cast into our mold. It eliminates a lot of cleaning up of the final casting. Clear is a terrific for one-piece block molds because you can see into the silicone and where you're cutting. You only want to cut far enough so that your model can be demolded. And here I received my casting material, Smooth Cast ONYX Fast. I am strapping my mold with some rubber bands and the original mold walls to ensure that enough pressure is applied so no seeping out of my mold will be happening. Now that my mold is ready, I'm going to pre-mix my casting material. Shake the A and shake the B separately before dispensing. Smooth Cast ONYX is a 1:1 mix ratio by volume, and as such I'm going to dispense this into the dispensing cups. Once you have the material dispensed, go ahead and combine it into a mixing container. Scraping the sidewalls and the bottom of the mixing cup will ensure a proper mix, and just to make sure, we are transferring our mixture into a second mixing container and using a new mixing stick. Now we're ready to pour our product into the mold. The nature of the sorted clear 12 is allowing me to see into the mold as I'm pouring my material into the pour spout. I can assure that no air pockets or bubbles are left in the casting. Cast all the way until the product reaches the air vent. Let the product sit for 20 minutes and you're ready to demold. 20 minutes later, we're ready to demold. And minimal post-finish work is due by removing the air vent and the air spout. The final casting is then put on a display with other shark teeth, and as we can see, it resembles the shape very well and mimics the color as found in nature. Have an idea about what we should mold next? Let me know in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit the thumbs up button. And to keep up with our latest mold making and casting videos, remember to subscribe.